Yan, para mabalikan po nila. Okay, so without further ado, I would like to introduce our guest speaker for tonight, Mr. Ruel Andrew Oli. So maybe bibigay ko sa kanya na yung floor kung sino siya. I think meron naman siyang prepare na slide sa atin. Take it
Yeah.
away, Ruel.
Yes, so hi guys and good evening. I just want to know first and foremost, dapat excited din kayo ngayong gabi. So type 1 sa comment section so para excited and energetic kayo, because the more excited and energetic you are, I will be as much as excited and energetic to share values with you guys. So yun yung pinakauna, dapat syempre excited to learn, excited to learn new things, to intake new knowledge that could help you elevate your presence as a freelancer. Okay, so yan, dami nagtatype ng 1. So once again, welcome. This is Strategic Freelancing. Forgive me if hindi ko pa ma-input lahat ng thoughts and knowledge ko sa isang presentation or slide, because it will take us literally hours. So binreak down ko lang yung pinaka key concepts and other basics na kailangan nyo malaman to jumpstart your career as a freelancer. So what you learn here today, first, what a freelancer is and common misconceptions as a freelancer. Syempre, your goals as a freelancer, what's stopping you, main point of freelancing, getting clients to pay for your high-value service, building your trust as a freelancer, outreach methods, your messaging goals, closing clients, follow-up system, how to win in job application platforms, filtering high-value clients. So, first and foremost, syempre, special thanks to Miss Marian. Yan. Yan. Di ba kung wala si Miss Marian, wala tayong lahat dito ngayon. And walang ganito kagrabe, kasolid na community. Actually, na-shock din ako sa dami ng participants, and I can't wait to impart value on you guys. So, special thanks first to Miss Marian. Ngayon, if nagpapasalamat din kayo kay Miss Yan, type 1. If grateful din kayo para sa kanya, yan. Show our love to the organizer and the person behind all of this. Yan. Okay. So maganda mas active para hindi tayo naantok or nakakatulog. Okay, but before any of that, syempre, sino muna ako? Okay? So hi, I'm Ruel. I'm a 22-year-old agency owner na. But I started as a freelancer, naging social media specialist, also a marketing addict, a funnel hacker, and of course now I have an agency and outsourcing educational platform, which I call Agency Gyroscope. But now I'm an agency owner and a chief marketing officer of another agency in Ventures Digital. But at a young age, I'm an agency owner earning 6 digits up to 7 digits monthly. Wala naman sigurong BIR dito, no? So yun, if wala naman BIR, that's good. Okay, so I'm an agency owner na, and these are the things that helped me the most when I started my freelancing journey. Actually, no freelancer pa lang ako, I'm actually earning 70,000 to 120 to sometimes 200,000 when I was starting. And yun na rin yung mga ina-apply ng mga students ko ngayon who are 15, 16 years old. We have 30 years old, we have 52 years old na mga part dun sa community namin who are actually doing this, and they're actually earning a lot. Okay, now, why is freelancing the most wonderful path in the modern age? Bakit nga ba? Ito na yung pinaka-the best there is, di ba? Dito na kayo eh, so huwag na kayong kakalas pa. Because, first and foremost, risk-adjusted to. Wala man kayong nilalabas na pera eh, di ba? Wala man kayong mataas na nilalabas na pera or capital in order to do this. You just need time and effort to actually learn the business, to actually learn the skills, and actually learn how to provide the service. Next, meron tayong direction. We have a direction of progress. Paangat tayo, hindi tayo pababa, hindi tayo pabalik. Because right now, there are a lot of freelancers. There are progress in freelancing. We have now AI tools. Kumbaga, nagpo-progress yung path natin. Hindi to nagre-recede unlike other businesses or other jobs out there. And of course, highly profitable. Ang laki ng returns, ang laki ng pwedeng mabalik if you just do it right. Parang game lang ang freelancing eh. If you do things right, you will finish the game. You will earn high rewards from the game. And of course, ang isa pa sa mga pinaka-benefits ng freelancing is you get to do your job and earn high amounts of money by staying in your home or while traveling. Basta may internet connection ka. I know naman, alam nyo na lahat to. Pero just to refresh sa mga bago dito. Sino bang bago sa freelancing journey nila? Type 1 if you're new here. So I would just know. Yan, so ang dami pa lang bago sa community na to. That's good, that's good. And tip lang sa mga bago, you just need to do things more than analyze. So tayong analysis paralysis if you're a new freelancer, because I've been there, done that, and you don't want to be stuck in that scenario. And to show you proof na nasa good direction or positive direction of freelancing journey, look, Google has more freelancers than permanent workers. And a lot of businesses out there has more freelancers than permanent workers. Because kapag nag-hire silang freelancers, di na nila kailangan magbayad nung device, di na nila kailangan magbayad nung mga benefits nung freelancer na yon, di na nila kailangan bayaran yung kuryente kapag may office space sila. That's shouldered by the freelancer itself. So in a way, nakakatipid din sila. And sa atin naman, in a way, nakakatulong din sa atin because we get to have clients who pay more than the average salary dito sa Pilipinas. Ngayon, what a strategic freelancer is. A definition of that is a specialist service provider who is expert at helping a specific group of people achieve a specific result. Again, a strategic freelancer is a specialist service or solution provider. Expert tayo. We need to have that authority as a strategic freelancer. We need to show them na specialist tayo. Bakit? Ano bang mas mataas yung kinikita? Yung doktor na generalist or yung doktor na specialist sa puso, specialist sa lungs, yung may special na something special sa kanila na dinadiagnose nila? Ano mas mataas kinikita? Type 1 if yung general na doctor, type 2 if yung doctor na specialist sa heart, specialist sa utak, sa lungs. Yes, tama. Tama yung nasa comments. Yung specialist, yung mas malaki yung kinikita. Now, you want to be a specialist din. Ngayon, saan kayo mag-specialize? Mamaya, tuturo ko kung paano nyo kayo mag-specialize, paano kayo maiba yung market, how to win in the competition of freelancing. Because, sa totoo naman, isa pa sa pinakamali ng mga tao is that kapag di sila nakakuha ng clients, hindi sila nagsasucceed, sabihin, saturated na yan. At this day and age, every little thing is saturated. You just need to learn how to position yourself, how you market yourself, and how will you how will you become the best of the best in that industry. Kahit saan, kahit lumipat kayo, ganyan-ganyan, wala kayong mahanap na industry na walang competition. Tama? So you need to know how to position yourself or how to market yourself as a strategic freelancer or a specialist or as an expert. Kasi pag pinakita nyo expert kayo, pinakita nyo specialist kayo, then marami na kaagad kayong matatalo na nag-a-apply sa mga job posting. Di ba? Ngayon, this is not a strategic freelancer. Isang independent contractor who takes on extra work for companies in exchange for an hourly rate. You are paid by the hour. That's not a strategic freelancer. You're just an independent contractor. Definitely, if you're paid by the hour, the more hours you work, the higher you earn. We don't want to do that. We want to be paid by our value. Yung value natin, kung gaano tayo kagaling, no matter kung gaano natin kabilis gagawin. Some of my projects before, I've been paid $2,000 for an hour of work, literally, just a consultant. Imagine that. The most common mistake of freelancers is they need to work more hours, more jobs in order to earn more. No, that's not it. You need to level up the value of your service, how you position yourself, in order for you to get paid as much as possible by working the minimum or the lowest amount of time possible. Now, who wants that, di ba? Gusto nating lahat nun. Nga sa bookkeeping, sa accounting, that's definitely applicable as well. You just need to learn how to position yourself or to market yourself, or pwede nyo na rin ma-apply to in order for you to stand out against competition. Okay? Now, let me remind you your goals as a freelancer. Because karamihan kasi, ang goal lang talaga nila is to earn money. Di naman masama. But your goal as a personal freelancer is a business you enjoy operating. Do you enjoy what you're doing right now or your service? Do you enjoy it? Or do you at least parang, do you have the passion to learn the most out of it? That's the number one goal as a freelancer. You need to have the passion in the industry you're providing your service to, or at least enjoy doing the job. Next, a skill set valued by others. Yung service nyo ba ngayon has a high value? Is it a high income skill? Is it a service na kailangan ng isang negosyo, ng isang professional? Kapag hindi siya mabubuhay? Type 1, if valuable yung skill set na meron kayo ngayon. Yun. Yun naman pala eh. Kung valuable yung skill set nyo as a freelancer, bakit nahihirapan pa rin kayo mag-close na clients? Number one reason for that is hindi nyo na ipapakita kung gaano ka-valuable yung service nyo or yung solution na pinaprovide nyo. Enough, okay? And of course, another one of our goals is relative time freedom. Parang ang nangyari sa iba, nagkamali sa freelancing na pinagpalit nila yung current job nila sa Pilipinas to freelancing. Kasi nga, mas malaki yung sahod, mas malaking kikitain kasi dollar rate, di ba? Kaya Australian dollars, o kaya UK pounds, ganyan. Pero, they don't have the time freedom. Parang ka lang nag-switch ng jobs na mas malaking kinikita. Gets mo? We don't want that. We don't want to be enslaved by the jobs. We don't want to be enslaved doing the pursuit of money. We need to have that relative time freedom as a freelancer as well. Kaya natin ginagawa ito eh. And of course, syempre, increasing income and impact. Now, impact on the client's end. How do you impact them well enough that your service or your solution is really, really valuable so that you could increase your income? So, that's our goal as a freelancer. Ngayon, based on those goals, sa tingin nyo, ilan dyan yung medyo na kukuha nyo na ngayon? Type in the comments below. Is it 1 to 4 ba sila? 3?
Parang wala. Pananap di ba, guys?
May nakuha na ba kayo?
3.
Yes. Pero ito yung pinaka-goals natin as a freelancer. Yung 4 na yan. So, pinaka-4 na goals natin is a business you're passionate about or industry you enjoy operating, a skill set highly valued or sought after by others. We need to have relative time freedom and increasing income and impact. So, yan yung 4 major goals as a freelancer. If you achieved 4 of those, congrats. You're a strategic freelancer. If not, we need to work on your system or how you do things to achieve those. Okay? So, those are the goals. Now, what's stopping you? Number 1 major stopper ng mga freelancer is distraction. Right now, time management isn't the problem, but focus management. We live in a world full of distraction. From social media apps to other entertainment platforms, we live in a world pure of distractions. So the number 1 thing that's stopping freelancers right now is to do the job consistently, with focus, and with determination. So distraction is the number 1 thing stopping freelancers. Number two, that's stopping freelancers is the shiny object syndrome or SOS. Ito yung kapag you're doing something right now, you're working on this project, you're working on this specific type of service or industry, you'll know something na, uy, parang mas maganda to ah. Uy, parang mas okay to. Lipat ako dito, aralin ko to, aralin ko to. Ang nangyayari, lumilipat-lipat kayo ng industry, ng service, or ng specific type of thing that you need to do. Yan yung shiny object syndrome. Always remember, the grass isn't greener on the other side. The grass is greener if you water it. So focus on one service, focus on one niche, focus on one industry, and don't be distracted by other shiny objects of opportunities out there. Di mo pa nga nagagawa to eh. Di ka pa nagsasucceed dito. What's the probability of you succeeding in the next industry if dito pa lang di mo na mafokusan, if dito pa lang di ka na makapag-succeed? You need to do it long enough with pure hard work, with rejections, before you achieve success. So don't be distracted by other opportunities you might see, or don't start learning yet another service if hindi ka pa nagsasucceed dito, or at least even closing one client. Di ba? Sino na ditong na-distract ng other shiny objects? Ako, sakit ko din to before, from e-commerce to digital products to Airbnbs. Dami ko nang nilibot na industriya, na negosyo, to having a cafe. Pero I did all of those naman, pero I focused one at a time. So nga lang, nung nadidistract ako, nahihirapan. Yan. So kapag may nadidistract kayo ng shiny objects, gawin nyo, focus muna kayo. Yun lang yung content na kukunin nyo, yun lang iaaralin nyo. Don't be distracted kapag meron na parang gusto niya nang lumipat, na wag muna. Don't jump ship yet, di ba? Nangyari, lilipat-lipat lang kayo. Hindi kayo makapunta sa destination nyo. Kapag may 5 barko, iba't ibang destination yung pupuntahan at lumipat kayo sa 5 yon, hindi kayo makakarating sa destination na gusto nyo. Di ba? Pili kayo ng barko, sakyan nyo lang yan hanggang ma-achieve nyo muna yung success into that path. Don't be distracted by shiny objects. And another thing na sakit ng mga freelancers or major problem is lack of confidence. Gets ko naman eh, if starting ka or even kapag medyo may experience ka na, you still lack that confidence to actually talk and close clients, to actually make the offer for your service. Why? Siyempre, starting ka nga eh. Wala ka pa masyadong experience, wala ka pa masyadong proof na kaya mo talagang gawin isang bagay, or baka magkamali ka. Baka sometimes ang problem is yung tawag dito, language barrier. Ano yung mga problems na kadalasang na-encounter nyo as na nagko-cause ng lack of confidence nyo in doing this this service? Ano yung mga kadalasang cause of lack of problems nyo? Pwede nyo i-message. Because I want this to be conversational. Language barrier? Ano pa? Hindi magaling mag-English? Lack of work experience, communication skills. Okay. Different apps. So, pinaka parang nakikita ko is no experience and of course, communication skills. Now, when it comes to communication skills as a freelancer, di man kayo ganun kagaling mag-English, great news, di ba? As long na nakikita nilang kaya nyong gawin yung trabaho nyo, as long na nakikita nyong kaya nyo i-provide yung results na kinakailangan nila, hindi naman kayo nasa copywriting industry. Kasi sa copywriting show, kailangan nyo rin na medyo marunong kayo mag-English. Pero in terms of sa service nyo, which is, tama ba, bookkeeping and accounting? Am I right? Diba? It's all about doing things right. Or if ever, kaya nyo pababain yung tax nila, kaya nyo gawin ng mas mabilis, you need to just do it over and over again hanggang ma-develop English nyo. Ngayon, anong pinaka-the best thing? Yun naman pala eh, na nagkakos ng lack of confidence yung communication. Ang daming pwede nyong aralin dyan, daming pwedeng resources na magpa-practice kayo ng conversational techniques into interviews, closing clients. Ang dami sa YouTube. But the best thing right now when doing your emails and stuff, there are now AI as a freelancer. So yung language barrier, hindi na ganun Grabe yung problema. I have a student na high school graduate, di ba? High school graduate siya. Literal na barok-barok siya mag-English. But he uses just AI. Kahit yung pagka-input niya sa AI, medyo barok-barok din. In order to develop a converting cover letter. Pwede nang ipacheck yung English grammar errors nyo. Pwede nyo ipacheck yan all online. When doing your emails, outreaching. If hindi nyo naman maintindihan yung minessage ni client, you could also copy those, i-paste nyo sa ChatGPT, ipa-translate nyo yung Tagalog para mas maintindihan nyo. Gets? And of course, language or communication is also a skill. And great news, hindi siya something na you are born with. A skill is something you develop. And also, by developing that, you could also develop your confidence. Kaya nga, don't give up just yet. Progress is important. Okay? Isa pa yung very stringent yung screening nila by Lovely. So, yung screening naman, that's normal because they want to have the best of the best employees. Sino pa namang ayaw ng high quality employees, di ba? So, if ganun yung screening nila, great news. Kasi if napasa nyo naman yun, medyo aasahan nyo na medyo consistent or tatagal kayo doon. You just need to pass those. Ngayon, if you're a freelancer na valuable enough to pass those, it will be a huge confidence booster. Ngayon, if di nyo naman napasa yung, yung screening nila, aralin nyo lang saan kayo nagkamali, ano pwede nyo improve next time, so that if meron namang stringent na nag-filter na naman sila, you will be able to pass it. Diba? Because in life, normal ang qualifications or qualifying na ganyan. Even sa relationships, di ba? Kayo nga, meron din kayong tawag doon, desired partner. And you've also filtered all of those that approaches you. Same din sa job. Now, what to do? Develop your skill sets, develop your communication skills, or tatlo lang yan eh, develop the service that you're actually doing. Practice, practice, practice. Develop your communication and negotiation skills so you could offer your service to clients and close them. And third, you need to develop how do you do things correctly or efficiently with time management. Kasi minsan, pag sumabrang dami na ng clients mo, medyo magugulo-gulo na yung megas na sa isip mo yan. Okay? And of course, competition. Yes, competition is normal. Di ba nga sabi ko nga kanina, hindi nyo na matatanggal sa sistema ng freelancing or kahit saan ng competition. What you need to do is learn the secret steps how to outlast the competition, how to perform better. Yun lang naman eh. Outlast the competition, perform better. Outlast meaning, kunwari, ngayon, 100 kayong freelancer. After 1 week, 50 na lang. So yung 50 na nag-remain, nawala ng 50 na competitors kasi nag-give up na. So you need to outlast the competition and perform better. Kung merong 100, if ikaw yung nangunguna, edi mas okay. Diba? Blast away the competition. How do you do those? Develop your skill set, develop your communication skills. It's all about skills at the end. That's why wala kang mga ilalabas na capital, but you will need time to learn to be better. And not only that, magagamit nyo rin naman yung skill sets na yon in all other areas of your life. Di ba? Now, of course, isa pa, na-overwhelm sila. Na-overwhelm sila sa clients kasi foreigners, gano'n, na-overwhelm sila na, ala, baka ganito, ganyan, ganyan. Mamili kayo kung anong overwhelm ang gusto nyo. Overwhelm of failure or overwhelm ng ang laki ng kinikita nyo ang sarap. Di ba? So, piliin nyo yung overwhelming na positive na ang laki ng kikitain nyo pag na-close nyo. And at the end of the day, don't be overwhelmed. Normal naman na mag-judge sa tao, mag-judge talaga tayo. Pero at the end of the day, hindi nyo naman kilala yung clients eh. Di ba? You just need to try and do this. And as you do this along the way, maunti-unti nyo na masasanay na kayo. Di ba? So, una, maninibago kayo. Siyempre. Pero as you do things, you will develop the confidence. You will be less overwhelmed. You will also develop on how you do things more better, more efficiently kapag tumagal kayo sa experience nyo sa isang trabaho. Okay? So these are the things that are stopping you. So the four things that are stopping freelancers in their success is first, distraction. You need to focus. Shiny object syndrome, SOS. You don't need to be distracted by other opportunities or better services out there. Again, the grass isn't greener on the other side, but it's greener where you water it. The lack of confidence, and of course, overwhelming. And this is the main point of freelancing. Okay? Ang pinaka main point ng freelancing is the way na hindi nyo kailangan increase yung pagod nyo to increase your earning. You don't need to increase the amount of time working to increase your earning. You just need to increase your value. Diba? If oras pa rin ang binabayaran sa'yo, mahirap yun. But if utak mo na yung binabayaran sa'yo, mas madali. I don't know, hindi ako familiar sa niche ng accounting or sa bookkeeping, but I think there are certain level of industries na mas mahirap gawin pero mas malaki yung bayad. Tama ba, ma'am? Yan.
Yes.
Yun na. Ay, naaral ko pala yung bookkeeping ngayon actually. Pero, yun. Babalikan ko kayo pag naaral ko na yung naka-close akong client ko, ibibigay ko sa jowa. Pero, you need to do the things that are harder because yung things na yon is actually less competition and of course, higher pay. So, doon kayo mag-specialize. So, don't increase your labor to increase your earnings. 'Di ba? Yan yung sakit ng mga freelancer eh. Dami nilang I know a specific freelancer na nagkakasakit na kaka-workload, dami ng workload niya, kaka-juggle niya ng clients niya in order to increase her earnings. 'Di ba? Ini-increase niya yung labor niya to increase your earnings. No, that's wrong. You need to increase your value or the amount of solution you provide to increase your earnings. Okay? And there are ways to do that. You just need to learn ano yung specific service na kailangan yung gawin to increase your earnings. Actually, no, inaral niyo yung bookkeeping, great job, di ba? Inaral niyo yung bookkeeping ng zero, doon pa lang ako sa part na inaral niyo yung bookkeeping ng zero and all of those other softwares, na-increase na kagad yung earnings nyo. Compared kapag nag-bookkeeping kayo sa Pilipinas, di ba? Now, what's best if nag-aral pa kayo ng mas higher value service than that in regards to your field or nag-specialize kayo. Okay? Yan, sabi ko nga, as a freelancer, kailangan nyo increase yung value or yung solution sa severity of the problem you're trying to solve. Taasan nyo yung value nyo, taasan nyo yung skill sets nyo, taasan nyo yung level or impact nyo dun sa client na kaya nyo siyang tulungan. Or taasan nyo yung knowledge nyo in doing a specific thing. Especially pag tax advisors kayo, I know a lot of people who pay lots amount of money to the people who do their taxes para mapababa lang. So if nag-specialize kayo doon, great job. Medyo nabawasan yung competitors nyo. So again, as a freelancer, you need to increase your value or at least solve a problem na mahirap i-solve na kailangan ng maraming tao. Okay? And I want you guys to take a screenshot of this because this is ito yung pinaka main gist as a freelancer. As a strategic freelancer, we need to be a solution provider, not just a service provider. Again, we are a solution provider, not a service provider. Ito tayo sa freelancer. Now, what do I mean by that? As a solution provider, we help them solve something or we help them solve their pain points. A service provider is just someone who does a task, a service from them. Okay? Now, if solution provider kayo, for example, doctor kayo, you solve their sickness. Diba? You analyze and solve anong mali sa kanila, anong gamot na dapat ibigay sa kanila. Therefore, mas malaki yung kikitain nyo. Pero if service provider lang kayo, na there's a lot of people that can actually do the service for them, even artificial intelligence can do the service for them, medyo mas mababa yung rate nyo. Okay? So, as a strategic freelancer, we need to be a solution provider, not just a service provider. Now, we need to pinpoint how are we gonna solve their problems and offer it to them in a way na marirealize nila na, this person can help me save my time, help me earn more money, help me streamline things, something like that. Yun lang naman ang pinaka-importante din as a freelancer pala. Ang sinosolve nyo. Tinutulungan nyo yung client nyo to earn more money. Tinutulungan nyo yung client nyo to save their time. And tinutulungan nyo yung client nyo mag-streamline ng mga bagay-bagay or mag-automate. Again, help them make more money or help them save more time because time is money. Ngayon, if sa bookkeeping naman, tinutulungan nyo sila din. Ngayon, as a freelancer, again, we need to be an expert, a specialist in order to be a market of one. In order to obliterate the competition, we need to showcase that we are one of one because we're an expert at this, a specialist. Actually, sa cover letter pa nga lang eh. Pwede nyo nang ilagay sa subject na zero specialist, something like that. Trusted zero bookkeeper. Kaya dun sa mga competition niya nilalagay na job application, bookkeeping. Dun pa lang na ipapakita nyo na okay, medyo lamang to. Specialist daw siya, expert siya. Trust me when I say this because I also hire people for my agency. And a lot of people are very generic yung sinasabi. So we need to be an expert. We need to showcase that we're an expert, a specialist, and we're a market of one to clients in order for us to have that advantage. We need to take every single advantage we could have sa competition natin. Sa business, sa freelancing, sa agency, it's all applicable. So we need to showcase we're an expert and a specialist. Now, who wants to be an expert and a specialist dito? Type 1. So 138 na participants, sino gusto maging expert at specialist? Yan. Dami naman pala eh. And I hope na after this, it could actually help you. So far, okay naman ba yung presentation ko, guys? We're just starting ko lang. Type yes kung masaya naman kayo sa presentation ko today. Yeah. Maybe next time makapag-talk pa ako dito if may time.
Of course. Open na welcome na welcome.
Kasi nirefer lang din ako ni Enrico eh. So, yan. Again, ito. You don't just want to be a generic copywriter or a video editor or a bookkeeper. It's best if nag-specialize kayo sa certain niche. For example, a bookkeeper who specializes in audits Australian accounts. Doon lang kayo. Mag-focus kayo sa Australian accounts. Maghanap kayo ng Australian clients. Di ba? I specialize in this. E di yung mga Australian, mas pipiliin kayo kasi mas alam niyo yung culture nila, mas alam niyo yung industry nila, mas alam niyo yung mga kailangan nilang gawin. Okay? So, pick a certain niche or industry as a freelancer to specialize. Don't be generic. Be an expert at something and specialize in that. Consume content, consume learnings, knowledge in that specific industry or niche for you to specialize on that. That way, you will close more clients. For example, 100 tao nag-apply sa isang Australian client, pero ikaw lang yung nag-specialize sa Australia accounts out of all of those. Sino mas pipiliin niya? Siyempre, ikaw. Kasi alam niya, ay, ito, marami ng Australian clients before to. Ay, ito, marami ng, kumbaga, marami ng na-handle na same case kagaya sa akin. Diba? Kasi specialized ka dun eh. Pero, if ever man, nagkaroon ka ng US client, tapos nag-apply ka ng Australian client, tapos yung kalaban mo, puro Australian clients before, syempre, pipiliin nung agency owner or nung businessman is yung puro Australian clients na. Kaya dapat nag-i-specialize kayo. Diba? Kayo din eh. For example, bibili kayo sa Shopee, sa Lazada or something ng gamit. Tapos sa isang shop, basta bibili kayo ng charger, sabi natin bibili kayo ng charger. Sa isang shop, nung nakita niyo isang shop, nagbebenta ng charger, bulaklak, vase, rep, pang-ipit. Isa-isang shop, nagbebenta ng phones, chargers, mga accessories. So, saan nyo mas pipiliin? Siyempre, sa one, na kung ano-ano yung binibenta, or sa two na specialized or related to that. Yan, sa two. Siyempre sa two. So, again, pili kayo ng niche or certain industry, consume content, learn all about that industry, be the best at that, and specialize. Huwag kayong paligaw-ligaw, palipat-lipat. So that you will also close clients in that specific field. Also, you could also pick a specific service. Diba? Kung taxation lang. Something like that. Okay? And again, people don't buy services to simply get stuff done. They buy self-actualization na kailangan nila yun. They aren't buying your service, but the result you will create for them. Again, they're not buying your service. Kasi for example, 100 kayo nag-apply sa akin, lahat kayo kaya gawin yung pare-parehong service, but one of you guys can do the service faster than any of you could do it. Syempre yun yung pipiliin ko. Yung resulta. If one of you guys could do it faster, mas efficient, mas organized, mas naintindihan ko, or tawag dito, less mistakes, yun yung pipiliin ko. Because you guys are all trying to do the same service. Now, how do you be a market of one? Showcase them the result you can create. Kaya nyo gawin na mas mabilis, mas maganda, mas maayos, then advantage nyo yun. Kasi kapag nag-apply kayo na, oh, I can do this, ganyan. Eh, syempre, yung kalaban nyo, yun din sasabihin. So, wala kayong competitive advantage. Kailangan nyo yun. And by being a specialized freelancer, you will be able to showcase kung ano na yung mga kaya nyong gawin because you have done it in the past. Okay? And again, people hire you and pay high fees when they have trust that you will help them accomplish a given result. Kailangan ng tiwala. Sa freelancing world, lahat online. Di mo sila nakikita, di mo sila nahahawakan, di mo sila naririnig on a personal level. Di ba? Magbabayad sila ng mataas sa'yo if you could establish that trust kahit sa screen lang kayo nakikita. Okay? Kailangan pagkatiwalaan din nila kayo na kaya nyong gawin yung resulta or yung service na hinihingi nila. How will you do that? Communication is the key for trust. Diba? So, hindi ito yung binibenta nyo. Hindi web dev, hindi social media, hindi design, hindi editing, hindi copywriting, hindi SEO. These are the common misconceptions about freelancers. Hindi yan yung binibenta nyo. What you're actually selling is saving their time, brand culture, brand affinity, creating sound decision, inbound leads, higher conversions. So, you need to learn ano ba talaga yung mas malalim na reason ba't niya ako kailangan. And you need to pinpoint that. Parang, oh, bookkeeping yung service nyo, pero that's just the tip of the iceberg. Ano yung larger part? It saves their time. Ano pa? Kaysa magbayad silang bookkeeper sa lugar nila, ikaw i-hire nila kasi it saves them money. Diba? Also, you know how to do things right. Okay ba? So, figure out what you're actually selling. As a freelancer, you need to figure out yung ilalim ng iceberg, your actual selling nyo, na related sa service nyo. If you showcase that, if you highlight that in your cover letters in getting clients, trust me, it will increase your conversions. Okay? Now, what I'm offering you guys, or yung talk na to, is not about strategic freelancing. but increasing your conversion rate, increasing your response rate from clients, di ba? Yun eh. And the main point of freelancing is closing clients. Ang dami kasing freelancers na distracted eh. Medyo nagpo-focus sila sa service din nila. Oo naman, nagpo-focus sila sa service nila, analysis, paralysis. But they're forgetting on learning how to actually close clients. Kasi pag wala kang clients, wala kang pera kahit gaano kagaling yung service mo eh. If hindi mo kayang i-close yung client, wala din. So the main point of freelancing is closing clients. That's number one. Yun yung number one priority nyo dapat. Learn how to close and close clients. Number two priority nyo is to give the service. Diba? Ang galing nyo nga magbigay ng service, pero pag wala naman kayong client na gagawin para na pagbibigay nyo ng service, useless lang ang lahat. So never ever forget or never underestimate learning how to close clients. Yan yung sakit ng karamihang Pinoy freelancers. So, nakafocus sila sa service hanggang sa ang galing-galing nila, pero wala pa rin silang client, di ba? Tinatalo pa sila ng mga parang amateur or di ganun kagalingan, pero ang daming clients. Because closing clients is also a skill that you need to learn. And I need you to capitalize on that as well. Di ba? Kasi pag nagbigay kayo service nyo na may clients kayo, mas matututo kayo, mas may pera kayo, di mas masarap. Kasi kumikita na kayo eh. Again, in order for you guys to close clients as a freelancer, you need to develop or establish high trust. The better the trust, the easier the closing will be. So you need to develop trust on your clients. They need to trust you. Because remember, as a strategic freelancer, in order for you guys to create trust, you need to know that people buy something they understand and people buy something they trust. Hindi ka nila kukunin if di ka nila maintindihan, hindi nila maintindihan of what you're actually offering them, yung service mo, and hindi ka nila mapagkakatiwalaan kasi di ka nila magets. Di ba? Unlike a simple product like this mic. Yan, for example, this mic, ang daming sinasabi na mayroong 4 chip, ganyan, keme, faster, ganyan, charging keme. Pero, I just need to understand na makakatulong ba sa akin to develop a better audio? Yun lang naman yun eh. So, you need to learn what you're actually offering. And capitalize on that and make them know that your service, ito yung akin. Ito yung ino-offer ko sa'yo so that they would understand you better. Again, keep it simple and stupid. Diba? If kaya nyo i-explain kaya nyo ibigay na service from them easily, then kayo kukunin nila. Kasi yung kayong pinakauna nila naintindihan eh. And you will be able to actually build trust. Yun. Now, how do we build trust? First and foremost, for you guys to build your trust is yung cover letter nyo. Sino nakapag-submit ng cover letter dito? Type 1. Yan, si Marie nakapag-submit na ng cover letter. Okay? And sa mga nag-type 1, nag-respond ba sila sa cover letter nyo? Type 2 if nag-respond or nakuha kayo. Type 0 kapag hindi. So, congrats, Lovely. Nakuha ka. Because, okay, 002. Okay, 0. And again, guys, kapag nag-apply kayo, hindi yan ang tawag doon. Huwag niyong isipin na may mali sa inyo or huwag niyong isipin na baka di lang kayo trip nung employer or nung client. There are also reasons, di ba? Merong reasons kung ba't di kayo nakuha. Psychological reasons. First, syempre, yung paggawa niyo ng cover letter nyo. And tuturo in gist ng cover letter na ginagawa ko. Ngayon, yung cover letter nyo ba, is it generic or personalized? Sino nagka-copy-paste ng cover letter nila pag nag-apply? Type 1. Yan. Okay, so marami. Yan. So isang sakit ng mga freelancers din sa Pilipinas is nagka-copy-paste lang sila ng cover letter nila. Now, okay yun. Pero, you are not hitting it right. Kumbaga, pare-pareho ka lang ng ano ng bala sa sa iba't ibang targets. Now, you need to develop a certain cover letter for every specific client. Kasi nga kailangan nyo silang i-out best. 'Di ba? Yan, a mix of copy-paste and personalized is the best thing to go to. Meron na kayong parang generic, but ipo-personalize nyo yung other stuff sa cover letter nyo. Pero dapat intindihin nyo rin maigi yung requirements or yung sinasabi nila. The next thing is, does it convey your story or why they should pick you? May story ka bang involved doon? Or pinaka-basic lang na, hi, ganito, ganyan, ito experience ko. Because people love stories, even from simula pa nung unang panahon. People love stories. Naengganyo sila sa cover letter nyo, that's great. Okay? And of course, the second thing in building your trust is your resume. 'Di ba? Sino sa tingin nila dito maayos yung resume nila, type 1? Baka naman mamaya resume nyo din. Yung iba dito, naalala ko sakit ng mga freelancer, yung resume nila masyado makukulay eh. Yung parang napapanood nila sa YouTube na how to create resume, tapos meron pang yung mga bars level na nag-a-adjust yung skill sets, ganun. Uy, iwasan nyo yung ganun ha. Again, you're building trust sa hindi kayo kilala. The better your resume is, the better your cover letter is, the best, di ba? Ngayon, professional ba and well-built? So, kailangan nyo rin yan. And there are YouTube tutorials in order to do that. And ang daming resources sa group nyo na tinuturo din yan. And is it easy to browse or understand? Enough ba yung spacing? Ito, ganyan. Dapat mabilis maintindihan. Again, pag kayo mas mabilis nila na-gets, kayo yung kukunin nila. Okay? Minsan kasi iba overcomplicated yung resume. Gusto nila ipakita, i-showcase lahat eh. Na ito lahat nung mula high school ako, ito yung experience ko. Ako, ang dami kong kinat off sa resume ko na hindi naman related. Siyempre, ang gusto lang tignan ng client sa resume and cover letter nyo, kaya nyo bang gawin yung pinapagawa nila? And may experience ba kayo to back those up? Anything not related to that, tanggalin nyo na. Kahit yung ibang seminars nyo na di naman related, tanggalin nyo na. Di ba? Other skills na in-include nyo, tanggalin nyo na. Gusto lang nilang makita na, itong taong to kaya gawin yung pinapagawa ko. And she or he has the experience to do it. Yun lang naman yun eh. Oh, one-pager resume is good. It's great. Di ba? Basta i-filter nyo lang yung information. Kung ang client nyo, Australian bookkeeping, tapos, di ba kunwari, ang resume nyo, gagawa tayo resume ngayon. Gusto natin mag-focus sa Australian industry, Australian bookkeeping. Ngayon, ang experience natin, nagka-anim na clients tayo. 2 American, 2 Australian, 2 Pinoy sa bookkeeping. Ilalagay ba natin lahat? Kung ako gagawa nun syempre opinion ko to, hindi ko ilalagay lahat. Kung magpo-focus ako sa industry ng Australian clients, yung Australian client lang ilalagay ko. Ano paki niya ba kung ano ka rin sa US? Unless may US na businesses siya. 'Di ba? So don't make it stupid and simple. They will understand it the better. Yung related lang. 'Di ba? Pati yung kunwari, gawin niyo iba't ibang resume na lang for different clients. Kunwari, meron kayong course na in-enrollan about Xero, meron din kayong course na in-enrollan about sa US bookkeeping, separate nyo. Para makita ng client na specialized kayo. Kayo yung parang gamot na kailangan nila. 'Di ba? again, hindi naman lahat ng client, hindi naman sa lahat ng sakit isa yung gamot. Bakit? Sa lahat ng sakit ba biogesic yung gamot? You need to show them na ikaw yung antibiotic na kailangan nila, specific antibiotic. And that's how you will be a step better than your competitors. Again, hindi ko naman sinasabi na talagang ganito iaangat nyo sa competitors. You need to do it incrementally. Ito yung mga small things na nakakatulong din, okay? Type 1, if na-gets naman nila so far. Yan. So, para mag-specialize kayo, kailangan ipakita nyo rin sa resume and cover letter nyo na specialize kayo. That way, it would help you increase your conversions. Okay? Wait nyo lang, kapag nag-apply, naghanap na rin akong client sa bookkeeping, tuturo ko din kung makaklose man ako. Pero I'm confident naman na kaya kong gawin. What if po practice sets lang ang experience? Okay naman yun. You need to find clients who are willing to accept that. Even mababa yung rate, isa pang sakit ng mga freelancer to, gusto nila malaki ka agad. 'Di ba? Ikaw nga hindi ka pinanganak na malaki ka agad eh. Lumaki ka muna, 'di ba? So mag-start ka small. Build experience. Sometimes when I started as a freelancer, I did my service sobrang baba, nakaka-depress. But I capitalized off of that. 'Di ba? May client na tatanggap ng practice sets. Kaso nga lang yung client na yon hindi medyo mataas yung ibibigay. And then kapag nagka-actual experience na kayo, dun, rumatsyada na kayo ng ibang clients. Pero don't get me wrong, you could still try to apply sa big fishes, sa whales. Wala naman, there's nothing stopping you. Ngayon, isa pang kailangan nyo to be a little bit better than your competitors is social media presence. Di ba? Sinong may social media presence dito, type 1? Pag wala kayong social media presence, type 2. Yun. Kailangan yung gawin yan din. Because pwede nyo i-link sa cover letters nyo yung links to your other social media pages. So they could reach you out there as well. Pero hindi yun yung sinisend nyo. Pinapakita nyo na you are legit. Na yun talaga yung industriya mo. Diba? Ngayon, meron ba kayong LinkedIn account na focus sa service nyo? Mga tao ngayon dito, may LinkedIn account ba kayo na focus sa service nyo? May Facebook account ba kayo na focus sa service nyo? Yung mga pinag-share nyo, all about dun lang. Kasi trust me, mga HR talagang tinitignan din nila yan. Yan, labas daw elite. Yan, LinkedIn. Actually, LinkedIn is great, di ba? How about other social media accounts? Meron ba kayong Facebook, TikTok, Instagram? Kailangan din yan eh. Kung depende sa service nyo. Kung nasan yung target clients nyo, dun din kayo gumawa ng account. Diba? Ako kasi sa video editing, kumbaga, nasa TikTok din yung iba. Pero LinkedIn is optimal. Ngayon, kailangan nyo gumawa ng account or ng platform and mag-capitalize off of that. Depende kung nasan yung clients na hinahanap nyo. Diba? Ba't kayo mangingisda sa isang parte ng dagat na wala naman dun yung gusto nyong hulihin? Gets nyo ba? So, as a freelancer, mangisda kayo sa parte ng dagat na nandoon yung gusto nyong hulihin na clients. So, kung nandoon yung mga bookkeeping clients sa LinkedIn, doon kayo mag-focus. Ang tanong, nagpo-post ba kayo doon? Active ba kayo? Or gumawa lang kayo? Tapos pinalitan yung DP nyo, naglagay ng bio, then after yun, wala na. Do you get me, guys? Because organic needs consistency. 'Di ba? Lahat ng organic kailangan ng consistency. Kunwari, magtatanim kang halaman, pag di mo araw-araw dinidiligan yan, mamamatay yan. Okay? Ngayon, outreach methods. What not to do while outreaching as a freelancer. Ito yung mga wag na wag niyong gagawin. Okay? Number 1 thing, don't spam. Spam, 'di ba? Sino ba gusto niyo ba kayo ba gusto niyo bang ini-spam kayo? 'Di ba ayaw niyo din? Remember, tao din yung mga yan. You need to do it in a way that it's not spamming them or irritating them. Ito yung number one sakit ng mga freelancer. Again, don't spam and don't badger. Expert nga kayo eh. Ba't kayo kulit ng kulit ng kulit ng kulit? Dapat kayo nilalapitan, di ba? Kasi kayo expert. So, kailangan nyo rin i-establish yung sarili nyo as expert. Pag kayo nangungulit na nangungulit, di kayo expert doon. Kasi parang nangangailangan. Wala kayong authority. And number three, they try to automate things way too early. Copy-paste, automate ka agad. Kasi nga, syempre, ayaw nila ng much possible oras na tinitake from them. No. Okay? Now, what to do? Di ba? Again, you're a specialist, you're an expert. Binabago ko yung shift ng utak nyo into being an expert. Expert ako dito. Kaya sabihin nyo na ngayon, expert ako dito sa Australian accounts kahit hindi pa. Eventually, magiging expert din kayo doon. Diba? You're an expert, talk like one. Talk and do the things that experts do. Diba? Sabihin mo expert ka nga pero you don't talk like one. Hindi mo alam yung mga terminologies, hindi mo alam yung yung culture ng clients mo, di mo alam yung mga jargons nila, di ba? So if you're an expert at something, talk like one. And also communicate like a human being. Kausap niyo tao din yan. And they will trust. Humans buy from humans. You could use AI, but use it as a tool. If it doesn't sound like a human, if it doesn't sound like you, or it doesn't convey emotions, it doesn't build trust, it will definitely stop you from getting clients. So communicate like a human being. You could also use AI as a tool. And of course, send professional value-added communication. Sa pag-usap nyo ba, may value ba or wala ng client nyo? Sa back and forth na usapan nyo. You need to present yourself as someone valuable na kailangan nila sa team nila. Send professional value-added communication. May nai-add ba kayo ganito, ganyan? Diba? Okay? Mahaba na ba? Mahaba ba yung ano natin? Okay lang. Type 1 if mahaba ba or yan. Tama yan, Ma'am Armida. Expert ako. Gusto ko gayahin niyo si Ma'am Armida. Lagay niyo expert din kayo. Expert ako. The one way to actually achieve something is to state it out first. Okay, guys? Yan. Expert tayong lahat. Medyo na ano din. Ngayon, direct outreach, 'di ba? Sa atin, sa link sa bookkeeping, I try to relate it as best as possible sa industry nyo, guys. Email and personalized call DM sa LinkedIn, yung pinaka-importante. Tama ba? Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay? So direct outreach like email and personalized call DMs. Ngayon, the best way to do it today as a freelancer, the best way to do it is not actually outreaching o outbound, di ba? Ang pinaka-best way ngayon as a freelancer, ang pinaka-meta is inbound by using ABC. What is that? That is attract by content. You need to also showcase na expert kayo at something if may content kayo regarding what you're doing. Pansin nyo, yung mga business coaches or yung ibang doctors, parang mas expert sila kapag may libro silang ginawa. Kasi content yun eh. Di ba? Ano mas papagkatiwalaan mo? Yung doktor lang o yung doktor na may libro? Tapos may makikita kang YouTube niya, may makikita kang TikTok niya. Siyempre, doon ka sa may content. Ganon din, makakatulong din yun definitely. Kunwari, a day in my life as a bookkeeper, ganyan. Kasi pag in-stock kayo, may kita na, okay, ginagawa niya na ito matagal na, okay, may actual proof na ginagawa mo talaga yun. Na may buhay ka in that industry. Or may screenshots kayo, recording kayo ng clients, or testimonies ng clients. Makakatulong yun, definitely. In obliterating the competition. Ngayon, ang messaging goals nyo when reaching out to LinkedIn or email or cold emails is not for them to actually hire you agad. Kunwari nag-cold DMs. Sino nag-cold DM sa LinkedIn? Type 1. Okay? Huwag nyo ka-stock sa LinkedIn kasi wala doon yung fish na hinuhuli ko. Baka ini-stock nyo na ako sa LinkedIn. Yan. So, ang pinaka primarily goal nyo as a freelancer na nagko-cold outreach is for them to reply. Muna. Not to schedule an interview with you agad-agad or a discovery call, but for them to reply muna. An exchange in value muna na usapan bago nyo sila offera ng something. Okay? And the personal tip, guys, don't be afraid of rejections. Kasi yan yung pinaka main problem ng mga freelancers talaga. Takot sila sa rejections. Mag-fail. Sino ba namang hindi, di ba? Tao lang tayong lahat. We're afraid of that. But always remember, you're one rejection away from your dream client. Meaning, malay mo, last rejection mo na to, the next mo, yun na yun. Di ba? Kailangan mo lang talagang pagdaanan yun. Again, you're one rejection away from your dream client. So mga nag-stock sa akin, check nyo na lang yung IG ko na yung Rowell Oli. O yan, check na yung yung LinkedIn because I don't reach out clients there. I reach them out from Instagram and Facebook groups. Okay? So don't be afraid of rejections. And kung makikita nyo dun sa Rowell Oli ko na stories, nandun yung mga student results. Para mamaya sabihin nyo na yung coach mo lang ngayon, may lang din. Nandun yung student results na mga natulungan kong freelancers, agency owners, and everything. And if hindi naman nagre-reply sa inyo, use follow-up. Ngayon, ano ba yung follow-up method na kung saan hindi kayo nang-i-spam, hindi kayo nagbabadger, and you look professional and an expert. Ito yun. Simple 7-message sequence. So, day 1, cold email, plus face with name DM, di ba? And day 4, research-based email. Day 7, thoughtful bump plus DM. Day 15, magpa-refer na lang kayo. Pag wala pa, kasi minsan, kunwari, yung kaibigan ko na, uy, baka gusto mong bilhin tong iPhone. So, di nagre-reply. See, ibig sabihin, not in the market for iPhone siya. Tapos after ilang follow-up ko, sabihin ko, baka may kakilala kang gusto bumili, refer mo na lang ako. Pag wala pa rin response, break up, di ba? Totoo kayo makipag-break up sa clients. Kasi karamihan, pag nag-respond na sa kanila, na-attach na sila na, uy, na-excite na kayo di ba? Sa pa yun, don't be attached. Kasi sa freelancing, lahat ng trabaho nyo ay pwedeng mawala din. So that's one of the cons. Di ba? And ang day 1, ito yung cold email plus DM sample na, oh my gosh. For example, kailangan yung ilagay yung name nila, i-personalize. Right? For example, ito si Ryan na congrats on raising your Series A, ganyan. Parang andi dito yung research mo about them na personalized, di ba? Then I noticed na kulang ka sa I noticed na nangangailangan ka yata sa bookkeeping. Okay, tapos yan ganyan. Or depende sa in-offer mo from them. Tapos sabihin mo, syempre yung background mo, I worked with ganito Australian clients before. Ngayon, sabihin mo lang na interesting or do you feel like or do you feel interesting ba yung offer ko na i-hire mo ka sa bookkeeper mo or meron ka nang na gumagawa ng bookkeeping for you? Kapag nag-respond, tanong mo, kunwari nag-respond silang, yeah, I have someone that does my bookkeeping for me. Sabi niya ganyan, may I know, parang ganyan, maybe I could offer you the service for a much cheaper rate. Di ba, mamaya binabayad pala nila doon $25 an hour, di ba? Or nahihirapan ka ba sa kanya, may problems ba, ganun. Mamaya mas consistent kayo. Pag interested naman sila, i-offer nyo na yung service nyo. Okay? And then, maglagay kayo ng note. Diba? LinkedIn members are more likely to accept invitation na may personal note. Diba? Katulad nitong yung congrats on your Series A, ganyan. Ngayon, again, which social platform do you outreach? Kung nasan nga yung isda na hinuhuli nyo, target client nyo. Diba? Kung saan sila nag-hangout, kung saan sila nagsasama-sama. Yung mga birds of the same feather flock together. Hanapin nyo lang saan sila nagpa-flock. Doon kayo manghuli. Doon kayo manghunt. Marami kayong option. Diba? Like Facebook groups, LinkedIn. Siyempre may mga community. Kayo nga may community kayo, di ba? So may community din yung clients nyo. Okay? Ngayon, day 4 nyo, research-based bump na yung email sequence nyo. Maglagay na kayo ng third-party resource or mag-cite na kayo ng mga stat in your story plus may mga presentation kayo. Gawin yung importante or related dun sa prospect nyo. And then, gawin nyo, i-reply nyo lang yung first message nyo or first email nyo na may new note to keep them in line dun sa follow-up sequence nyo. Kasi mami magtaka sila na, ay, nag-email ka na ba dati, di ko mahanap saan. Ito yung sample. Yan, na do you need TechCrunch, ganyan-ganyan. Tapos, meron na siyang katulad yan, meron na siyang background or article na third party kung paano niya inayos yung sa past clients niya. Paano niya ginawa yung trabaho. Okay? And then, eto, day 7, thoughtful bump na lang na parang show them that you're actually caring for them and create a thoughtful bump. Na katulad niyan, wag na kasi masyadong badgering na ang dami niyo sinasabi, ganyan ulit-ulit. Given na sa early stages pa lang, ganyan. May feedback ka ba on my last note, ganyan. Parang tanong niyo lang kung may thoughts pa sila sa messaging niyo so far. And then day 15, pag wala pa rin, silang respond, referral na lang. Pag-ask kayo na baka may re-refer silang kailangan ng bookkeeping service, ako na nung service nyo. Kasi may mga kakilala naman yan lahat eh. Malay mo may alam, oh yeah, I know someone, I experienced this, I know someone that might need you. Ito yung details niya, contact him. Okay? Then explain nyo bakit kayo nag-reach out sa client na yun to begin with. This is an example. Kunwari, nakita nyo sa connects nila sa LinkedIn na, ayan, kunwari, si Justin, di ba? Mas okay ba if si Justin na lang i-chat nyo kamo, ganyan-ganyan. Parang mas focus yata siya sa, mas kailangan niya yata ng bookkeeping service, ganyan. Siyempre, papareply, wag si Justin, sasabihin nilang ganyan. And then again, reply in line with your last note. Then, day 25, break up. So, gawa rin kayo ng list of clients pala na i-outreach nyo. And mas better nga kung attract by content eh. Pero gawa rin kayo ng list of clients na i-outreach nyo. Isa-isahin nyo. Gawin nyo itong same methods na to. 7-day. And then, eventually may makukuha din kayo. Okay? Now, day 25, i-reiterate nyo lang. Bakit? Baka mamaya kasi bigla pa silang kumagat. Minsan kasi mga tao, kung kailan paalis na, dun sila magte-take action eh. Diba? Kung kailan pa wala na. Clarify nyo na alis kayo pag hindi niya talaga gusto. Okay? So, yan yung sample ng outreach. Ngayon, winning in job sites. Ito na yung winning in job sites as I've mentioned before. Sino mga nag-apply sa job sites dito? Type 1. Break up Katniel. Di ko alam. Di ako updated sa issue.
Yan, 1 hour ago, nasa IG, tapos tinignan ko yung IG mo, did stalk na din kita, di ba? Pero nasa IG kami ngayon tuloy. Sige, commercial lang.
Yung yung IG yung Rowell Oli, wag yung Oli Kicks first. Pero nandoon yung mga students ko, di ko na story lahat eh.
Yan, sa IG kasi kami. Biglang sinabi mo, napacheck kami ng IG. Biglang nag-flash. Anyway, commercial lang. Go ahead, Roel.
Yan. May kita nyo dito sa Rowell Oli na account. Yan, nandito yung student wins. Yan, yan, sandamukat yan, manawa kayo. Okay. And first, yun nga, mag-put effort kayo sa cover letter nyo in order to win in job sites. Kasi mas lamang kayo if may mas personalize yun sa inyo, kayo siya mas copy-paste and generic. So, kailangan mag-effort din kayo, di ba? Effort is the name of the game din sa atin. Parang sa mga manliligaw lang. Minsan napipikot tayo ng mas may effort, di ba? Dapat mas may effort din kayo into getting that client. Kahit a little bit more effort lang compared sa competitors nyo is a huge deal. Kasi sa job sites, hundreds, if not thousands yung mga nag-a-apply dyan ng mga freelancers, di ba? And karamihan dun, di nag-e-effort. Trust me. Okay? So, type effort. Yan. Effort. Kailangan din natin. Effort in posting content, effort in reaching out to clients, effort in developing your service, and effort in developing your negotiation skills, communication skills. Yun lang naman yun eh. Yan. Kailangan effort. A for effort, sabi nga. Tama si Melvin. Bakit may mga, may mga B? Ano, hindi ko may gets. May B6. Pero yun, baka sa community nyo. Batch yata, batch yun, no? Wow, may batch yun.
Yes, batch po.
Okay. Ngayon, kailangan nyo rin sabihin or you need to tell your clients as a freelancer, tell them what they need to hear. Di ba? Tingnan nyo yung, i-browse nyo yung requirements. Ang ginagawa ko, ito. Write notes of their job description. I-highlight yung keywords that you may use. Kunwari, for example, looking for bookkeeping with experience, ganyan-ganyan, zero account. So, lagay nyo yung highlights nung parang hinahanap niya. And then, gawin nyo, yun yung pagkakasunod-sunod ng cover letter niya. Make it seem like na, ay parang ito yung ito talaga yung kailangan ko. Kasi yun yung hinahanap niya eh. Make it look like na ikaw yung hinahanap niya, na ikaw yung para sa kanya. Yun yung pagkakasunod-sunod. And it helps if you have a website also. Di ko alam. Sa video editing namin, helps if you have a website. Kahit sino naman eh, di ba? Saan kayo bibili? Yung taong, syempre mas may authority yung taong may website, may libro, may content, di ba? For example, ako si Coach Yan, pag nag-apply ako, sasabihin ko sa mga clients ko na I actually coach people using this zero ganyan in the Philippines. Lamang na ako dun. Syempre kukunin nila yung coach, di ba? Yun yung nagtuturo, ibig sabihin magaling na yun. And yun, kung gusto niyo ng freelancer website, yan, message nyo lang si Jaron. Kung may mga ibang freelancer pa dito. And malapit na tayo matapos so far. Pwede kayo magtanong afterwards. Okay? You need to filter high-value clients din. Habang tumatagal na kayo. For example, ako ngayon, ang clients ko lang is 3 clients lang. So, ang clients ko lang ngayon is 3. But one of those clients is paying me $5,000 per month. Some of my past clients paid me $10,000 US. That's just one. Diba? Sabi nga, diba, collect and collect, then select. Select the best. Saan kayo walang masyadong stress, saan yung mas mataas, hindi dun ka. So, collect clients, and then habang tumatagal, filter them into retaining only the best high-paying clients. Gets nyo ba? So, pag dumami yung clients nyo, minsan kailangan nyo rin i-let go yung mga sakit sa ulo. Meron. Sino naka-encounter ng client na sakit sa ulo? Again, as a freelancer, you need to collect and select the best clients. Diba? Kayo din nga, kinokolekta nila, sineselect nila yung pinaka-the best sa inyo eh. Same din sa atin. If you're a strategic freelancer, if you're valuable enough, you could collect tons of clients. Then just select the best. Recently, tinry ko mag-outreach ng clients, 1 to 2 weeks outreach. Then naka-close ako ng 7 out of 12 outreach kasi tinatamad pa ako. And out of those 7, ni-retain ko 4. Then pinamigay ko lang yung clients na yun. Yun. Kasi nga 'di ba, another goal natin dito is yung time freedom, relative time freedom. Makukuha mo yun kapag meron ka ng sinelect na high value clients. Kunwari, 3 clients mo ngayon, super stressed ka. Isa nagbabayad ng $8, isa nagbabayad ng $6, isa nagbabayad ng $30. Tanggalin mo yung $6. Pag nakahanap ka ng mas higher paying, kung na-stress ka doon, di ba? Tingnan mo kung consistent muna bago ka mag-cut off. Okay? So, sino gusto ng high value clients dito? Taas nyo. Type, di pala taas yung kamay. Wala pala tayo sa live event, no? Sino gusto ng high value clients dito? Type 1. Yan, di ba? Lahat tayo gusto ng high value clients. Ngayon, paano natin makukuha yung high value clients na hinahangad natin? Siyempre, dapat high value ka din. Dapat nagmamatch, di ba? Gets niyo ba? So in order for you to get high value clients, you need to be high value as well. Para kang magnet. Kung maliit na magnet ka lang, ang mamamagnet mo barya-barya. Di mo mamagnet yung malalaking clients. Di ba? So you need to develop yourself then as a freelancer in order for you to attract those na malalaki. Di ba? In order for you to hunt a whale, you need a ship. Di ba? Kapag fishes lang yung hinahunt mo, just a small boat will do. But if you want high clients, if you want whales, you need a ship. Now, create a ship. Be the ship, di ba? So, yun. Self-development is the key din talaga. Ngayon, again, tama nga yung sinabi sa comments kanina, you want quality, not quantity. Maybe at first, you'll go on quantity, but later on, as you progress, filter your clients. Because you will get those. Trust me. Trust in yourself that you will get tons and tons of clients. Now, retain quality. Diba? So, quality yung kailangan din nating clients. But if you want quality clients, quality ka rin dapat. And now, that's it. Sana sa mga susunod na talks, I could discuss more maybe. But it took us around an hour and 30 minutes. You can ask questions na ngayon, guys, if you want. Baka kasi, pwede kayo mag-unmute, we could talk, we could exchange value nga, di ba?
Galing, grabe, parang ako nanonood ng high ticket offer, para ako nasa live webinar. So, ang dami ko sinulat dito, pero grabe, no, pati ako na, value bombs pa tayo. Sabi ko nung unang tanong ko agad, ano yung gatas na iniinom mo daw? Nung bata
Gatas?
ka. Kasi kami am lang.
Amla?
Hindi niya alam yung am.
Amlak? Amlak? Amlak,
Lahat talaga
anti-money
ng edad
laundering.
natin na paghahalata. S26 ata to, tsaka ibang gatas. But anyway, ang dami kong magno-note ako doon sa mga sinabi niya. Susulat din kasi ako eh. Ang dami, grabe ang haba, pero almost na-tackle ni Ruel lahat. Nakita niyo ba? Ang dami. Ang sinabi niya doon, yung tatlong kailangan yung matutunan, which is sinasabi ko lagi, communication and negotiation skills, value services, how do you think correctly with time, then increase your value, and you are a solution provider. Tama? So gusto ko pa yung sinabi niya, keep it simple and stupid. Learn incremental. So sana nagsusulat kayo. Tapos organic needs, consistent. Ano pa yung sunod ko? Yan, yung spam, badger, automate. Sana nasulat nyo lahat yun. Grabe, ang dami para na tayong kumuha ng isang course nito. Happy ba kayo? Happy? Pero sige, yung questions nyo, i-part nyo lang. Pero kasi may papakita lang ako saglit. Siyempre, gusto nating pasalamatan si Ruel. So, meron naman kaming hinandang sayaw. Para naman habang nag-intermission tayo.
May sayaw?
Ayan. Sayaw. Eto. Sana nag-share? Ruel, sorry pa. Stop ko ng share.
Sige.
Guys, question. We want us interactive, engaging tayo.
Guys?
Ayan. So, this certificate of recognition is proudly present to Ruel Oli in appreciation of his invaluable contribution to as a resource speaker, during the webinar on topic of strategic freelancing. So in behalf of Accounting Peoples and Elite, we would like to thank you, Roel. Grabe yung mga sinabi mo, and sana mabalik-balikan lahat ng student to, and one day magkikita tayo siguro pag pasalamatan natin si Roel sa value binigay niya tonight. And of course, shout out ko si Enrico nandito. So, kung bakit kami nagkakilala. Hello. So sige Enrico, paano tayo nagkakilala?
Na-invite po ako sa isang event sa BNI. Ewan ko kung alam niyo po yun. Ayan. Pero pakilala muna ako. My name is Enrico.
Yes.
I'm partner of Roel. Ayan, sobrang lupit. Ayun. Nagkakilala kami ni Coach Yan dun sa isang event dito sa may Alabang, I think, Las Piñas. Something.
Yes. Sa may
Tapos, ano yun, business meeting. More on about talking like big businesses. Kumbaga, kung mag-iisip kayo ng mga negosyo na gusto nyo, is good. I think it's a good network. Yun yung isa sa magbibigay sa inyo ng I think na mas magbibigay sa inyo, magbo-boost nung business nyo. Yeah. So yun yung isang nakita ko doon. Doon kami nagkakilala ni Miss Yanyan, dahil ko na-meet doon. Ang daming magagaling na tao doon. Halos hindi ko i-imagine na mamimit ko sila in person, like mga millionaires. Meron pa nga doon bilyonaryo. I'm not sure.
Yes,
Pero
I
sobrang
assure.
humble nila. Pero sobrang humble nila yon. So ayun, thank you Coach Yanyan.
Ayan, power of network. So kung nakikita niyo, sabi ko naman si Miss Yan, pakalat-kalat lang kung saan-saan. Pero I make sure every time na may pupuntahan akong lugar, I'll make sure I can bring one speaker sa group. And nung nag-usap kami ni Enrico, magkatapat kasi kami. So syempre sharing ano ka. Tapos yung mga ibang nasa paligid namin, hindi nila maintindihan yung freelancer. Kami lang yung, uy, freelancer ka. Tapos saka kami nag-jive kasi nagkaintindihan na kami ng lingwahe.
Oo.
Doon kami nag-uwi, tapos wala na kami ng kwentuhan. So sabi ko, uy, baka naman, tapos ang dami na namin na pag-usapan. Tapos na-invite niya nasbagit niya. Sabi ko, baka naman pwede kayong mag-talk sa community, baka may ma-share kayo regarding freelancing. And true enough, nakakuha tayo ng gold. Grabe si Roel and then Enrico. Ayan.
So yun po. Ayun, so parang sa amin is so pleasures to meet you guys dito. Na-welcome niyo din po kami. And then tawag dito, care of Ruel. So ayan, grabe yan. Ginawa lang niya yung entire presentation niya ng ASAP. Ewan ko kung nakwento niya.
Actually, kanina,
22 years old, no?
inaayos namin yung mga condo listing namin ni Enrico. Yung mga
Ayan,
Airbnb.
nasa dito siya.
Inaayos namin yung mga Airbnb. So, nasa Airbnb. Wala ako sa bahay ko ngayon. Nasa Airbnb unit ko. Galing si Enrico dito. Tapos, mga 6:30 yata kami natapos. Kakalibot ng mga units. Tapos 30 minutes kong ginawa. Kaya pansin nyo, wala masyadong design. Sorry for that. Mga text na lang. Kasi yun na lang yung kinaya ng time talaga. Pero siguro next time, mas
ganda yung presentation.
Grabe, ang daming learnings talaga. Tsaka sabi nga, inaano ka ba namin? Alam mo yung pag nagsalita ka na parang mapanakit siya, alam mo yung reality. Kaya kung ano yung totoo, masakit eh. Tama, sino yung nasaktan dyan? Sino yung inaano ka ba siya? Parang ako yung sinasabihan niya. Sino yung nakarelate? Type 1.
Ayun, pain points.
Umilag ba kayo doon sa sinabi niya? Kasi lahat ako ay nakikinig, sabi ko, sorry sa words, sabi ko, shit, baka pa shit. Sabi ko, shit, okay sabi ko lahat, ito yun lalo yung mga ibang pain points talaga, saka yung mga procrastination, limiting beliefs. So, ang ganda, grabe yung, hindi ko in-expect, kasi parang sabi ko, ang bata naman, binigay sa akin yung picture ni Rubel, batang-bata. Talagang sabi yun talaga unang no? Pero grabe lang yung learnings. Guys, may questions kayo sa kanilang dalawa habang nandito sila?
Actually po, friendly tip, I started freelancing nung 2022. But the best way for you guys to do it is to be obsessed. Diba? You guys mga mas matagal na sa freelancing. So,
yes.
first 7 months ko ng freelancing noong 2022, I started in March. First 6 months, depressed ako. Walang clients. Yung pain points nyo, alam ko yan. Na-distract, palipat-lipat. And then when I started to be an expert at something, to really focus on the first 3 months ng freelancing career ko, doon ko na first yung hit million ko. Doon ko na hit yung first hit million. Doon ko na hit yung first million ko. In
7 months, 3 months. So gusto ko yun, you have to be obsessed. yung obsessed sa success, pero yung hindi lalaki ulo, obsessed doon sa ginagawa mo and focus.
Mm.
Ang ganda nun.
Mm-mm.
So,
Obsess ka dapat sa clients mo. For example, na-figure out ko yung mga clients ko, mostly fina-follow nila si Gary V. Then I learned all about Gary V. Then yun yung nagiging conversation topics namin minsan sa interview, ganyan. Mga Australian clients mo, they also love something na hindi mo alam. Siyempre, pag pareho kayo nagkaka-relate doon, siyempre, may pag-uusapan kayo.
yeah. Eto may questions dito. Gusto ko to. Can you give a sample, sir, attract by content? Like, do we create short write-ups or video? Ano po ang pwede sa mga beginner?
Ayun, suggest ko sa inyo, kung ano yung mga typical na tinatanong ng clients nyo. Kunwari, do I really need to hire a bookkeeper? Ako, sige, ito on the spot to Di ako bookkeeper, pero kung gagawa akong content, ako yung client, ano yung mga tanong ko? First, kailangan ko ba ng bookkeeper? Advantages of having a Filipino bookkeeper rather than an Australian bookkeeper. Di ba? Do Filipino bookkeepers really know their shit when handling Australian clients? Mga ganun. What a bookkeeper can help you with your business. Save you time. Mag-list ako ng benefit, advantages. Ganito gawin nyo. Ilista nyo muna kung sino yung target clients nyo. For example, mas niche down, mas better. Ang target clients nyo is Australian business owners who are struggling with financial reports. So yun, meron na tayong target, di ba? Mas maganda, i-specialize nyo yung target nyo kasi kung wala kayong target, sinong tatamaan nyo? Wala din. So list down nyo muna sino target nyo. Pangalawa, ano yung problema ng mga target nyo? Ano yung mga pwede nilang tanong? They lack the time, dami nilang ginajuggle, medyo bobo sila sa accounting, sa balancing, ganyan. Ilista nyo lahat and then create content out of those. Here's how you could save time as a business owner by hiring a bookkeeper. Diba? Pros and cons of hiring a freelancer bookkeeper.
Ikaw, Enrico, anong tips mo? Sa kanila, Enrico. Ako may tips ako, yan. Sa mga beginner.
Sa mga beginner, ay nakatakel na rin to ni Roel pero kasi siguro mostly yung mga kausap ko in terms of beginner or nag-start talaga. Find the first skill na suitable sa'yo. Aralin mo siya, tapos maging specialist ka doon, magpagaling ka ng sobra doon. Na tipong hindi ka pwedeng palitan ng kahit sino na ikaw lang. Yung kayang gumawa ng halos lahat na yan. So, actually, yun din kasi talagang tinuturo namin sa mga students namin. Maging specialized dun sa isang skills. Kasi yun yung magbibigay talaga sa iyo ng fortune. Kahit saan ka pumunta, kahit anong services yan, kahit hindi freelancing, kahit other businesses, you will find, let's say sa sample constructions, maghahanap ka ng napakaraming truck na kayang kunin lahat tong mga semento na to para ikarga. Hindi ka pwedeng kumuha ng 10 lang. So maghahanap ka ng isang tao na kilala mo na marami talagang truck na kaya mag-provide agad ng service nang mabilis kasi time is money in terms of business. Yun siya. So dito as long as you have time, kasi pag wala kang pera, marami kang oras.
Tama.
Ayun. So pag marami ka ng pera, mas marami ka ng oras. Bakit? Kasi bumibili ka na ng oras
Oras.
Oo. It's either you have the employees, marami ka na employees, dumadami na yung 8 hours mo. Yun, nalaleverage mo na yung time. Nalaleverage mo na yung pera. So, basically, tumataas na yung income mo.
Paano kaya, Enrico, no? Pag tayo na lang yung client nila, tapos mag-hire tayo ng beginners,
Pwede.
para at least may experience sila.
Pwedeng ganun.
I think, Enrico and Roel, ito yung na-open yata ni Enrico. Siguro maybe we could share. Parang planning nilang mag-aral din ng bookkeeping sila Roel. Sila ang magpo-close, tayo ang gagawa. Pwede ba yan?
Okay ba yun sa inyo?
Naka-announce talaga, naka-announce. Kasi yun yung maganda.
Sino yung interested doon?
Actually, ma'am, hindi kami nag-aral. Nagbayad kami ng tao mag-aaral nun para sa amin. Tapos sasabihin na lang sa amin.
Oo, pwede. Oo nga, di ba nag-hire kayo ka-close kami yung, sa group namin yung bookkeeper. Di ba parang ganun kasi, di ba? Kasi naaaral yung sabi nyo nga, naaaral yung closing skills. Ano yan, tama ka, nadidevelop siya hindi mo agad siya makikita na ba't siya may ganun, nade-develop siya along the way. So,
Yeah.
maganda rin.
Kasi yung skills ng closing, hindi yan overnight na, oy, magaling na ako mag-close. Hindi kaya na isang linggo, hindi kaya na isang buwan yan. It's like, ano yan eh, mindset and then psychological and analytical thinking. Paano naglalaro yung utak ng tao, paano mo siya kausapin.
Kausapin. Yes, ganun.
Oo. So, paano ka magbabasa ng tao? Paano mo siya babasahin? Paano yung body language niya? Ang daming itakal in terms of closing sales like that. So, paano mo siya sasabihan ng, alam mo yun, yung good words na, let's say, paano mo siya ma-upload kung ayaw na talaga niya sa'yo? Paano mo mare-reverse yung table? Mga ganong part. So, if interested kayo talaga na maging, gawin namin yon, we going to have the service na kami na magko-close ng clients and then we going to have collaborations from that sa inyo po na we have kami magko-close ng client then kayo magpo-provide ng service, something like that.
Yes, isa yun sa maganda rin. So again, sabi rin ni Ruel is ang daming opportunities. Actually, lagi ko sinasabi, opportunities para na siyang hangin. Hihingin mo na lang.
Exactly.
Kailangan maging aral, di ba? Tapos, kailangan mo lang, sabi ko nga 26 million alone sa US ang kailangan ng good accountant. Ano pa yung Australia? Ano pa yung ibang bansa?
Yun ba?
So, oo, sobrang dami. Kaya lang, ikaw lang talagang mag-wait ng additional energy para mag-reach out at gumawa ng effort. Kaya lagi sinasabi ko, be consistent on LinkedIn or FB group or community para visibility versus ability kasi sometimes.
Okay,
Hindi pa sometimes, visibility over ability. Kasi sabi ko, psychology ng mga tao, pag nakikita ka lagi sa social media, ikaw ay nare-retain sa utak.
Exactly.
As a part of a freelancer.
May tamang term po dyan, ma'am, yan. Ang tawag dyan, marketing rule of 7. People need to see you 7 times on average before they actually buy something from you.
Trust you. Complete.
Kaya tama,
mahirap
tama.
Kasi yan. Mahirap kasi mag-gain yung trust, pero paano ka ma-gain kung wala kang presence?
Exactly.
Magaling ka nga, pero ang tahimik mo lang.
Hindi ka naman kilala.
Oo, yun talaga yun. So, yun yung labanan sa freelancing. So, kaya sabi din ni Ruel, maunan yung maaral yung closing clients saka marketing sides kasi you already have a skills. Andyan na talaga yung skills eh. Kailangan nilang matutunan yung other skills para buong-buo na kayo as a freelancer. So, parang sa natin mag-podcast, no? Magawa tayo ng podcast, no? Parang ganda.
Sige, so, invite namin kayo, ma'am. Mayroon pa kami isang
siguro ma-suggest namin in terms of sales. Pwede nyo panoorin isang movie na Catch Me If You Can. Yun lang. Tsaka, ano yun yung kay Jordan Belfort?
Yun naman.
Catch Me If You Can. Yun yung isa. It's not like about pretending something. It's like, iisipin nyo, paano nag-iisip si Leonardo DiCaprio nung time na yun? From, ano siya, sobrang hirap niyang tao. Then, nagawa niya maging piloto in the age of 18 years old. So, paano niya na-scam yung bangko before? Based on how he pretend. Diba? And The Wolf of Wall Street yata. Ayan. The Wolf of Wall Street yata, maganda rin siya. Pwede rin yan. Isa rin niya sa makakatulong sa in terms of energy. First thing, energy. Ma-hype ka dyan. Tapos, yung excitement mo nataas. And then, paano din ginawa ni Jordan Belfort pa rin? Ni Jordan Belfort o ni Leonardo DiCaprio din yun dyan.
Isa pa interesting fact din sa akin.
Sige.
Kasama ako sa community ni Jordan Belfort or yung course niya mismo. Meron siyang straight line persuasion system ang tawag na tinuturo para mag-persuade. Actually, the way I'm able to share tons of value with you guys kasi obsessed din ako sa learning. Isa pang lagi nyo tatandaan na sa freelancer, never stop learning. Yung mga software na ginagamit nyo, nag-update yan. Yung closing skills, trending, nag-update yan lahat. So never stop learning things, 'di ba? There are tons of things you could learn about. Never ever stop learning.
Oo, talaga. Kaya maganda talaga may community and continuous. Kaya we always have a free webinar para tuloy-tuloy kayong nabubunuan ng utak, yung bago latest. So kita nyo may latest silang sinishare. So hindi ko naman alam yun. So ngayon ko lang din nalaman. So kahit ako talaga natututo. So I'm so happy for this free webinar. Grabe yung value talaga para talagang paid. Paid na siya.
Yes.
Hindi ko ba yan? So ayan. So sinabi na lang din naman niya. Diyan lang muna kayo. Pero picture muna tayo guys. Kanina umabot tayo ng 143. Ganun sila. Ganon ka-powerful yung webinar natin. Congratulations, 143 kanina. So yung kanina, mga umalis na yun, mga na-heartbreak sa Katniel yan. Hindi nila kinaya yung heartbroken nila talaga naman trending. Nag-left the group na sila kasi sabi ko Katniel. Kasi sinabi mo yung day 25 break up, sakto nagtitrending si Katniel ngayon. Tama ba?
Kailangan mo ma-heartbroken para matuto ka.
Yes, maka-move on. O, nakarelate yung mga freelancer. So, 11 years.
Sa
imagine mo kayo.
freelancing ang usapan Kailangan,
11 years.
kailangan mo rin talaga minsan isampal sa mukha mo kasi marurupok din tayo mga freelancing.
Rupok, mapanakit. Ayan. Thank you so much. Ang picture tayo, yung mga favorite nila, picture taking talaga.
Ayan.
Dalawa. Game 1.
Project.
Ako na mag-picture. 1, 2, 3. Medyo maraming slide 6. Tawa lang kayo dyan. Tapos kahit nasasaktan kayo sa nababasa nyo kay Katniel, tawa lang kayo dyan, ha? Yung mga lumaking Katniel. So magandang learning siya na there's no permanent, di ba? Walang forever. Yun lang. Sige, move on na lang tayo. Yung mga fans ni Katniel dyan. Yan. Ganda ng segue natin. No? Pero grabe yung mga value niya. Talagang mapanakit si Ruel eh. Kitang-kita mo talaga yung din yung passion niya sa pagtuturo sa atin. Tsaka yung mga natutunan niya along the way. Yung sabi niyang oras versus the money. Sometimes yung quality na talaga clients. So para magawa mo yung gusto mo yung time freedom. So, yun yung pinaka-importante. Kasi money, na lang yan. Sabi ko sa susunod, hindi na money yung importante. Yung malaya ka na, masaya ka sa ginagawa mo.
Oras.
Yung significance. So, I hope magkaroon tayo ng more webinar. Gusto niyo bang mag-guest ulit si Ruel saka si Enrico?
Free lang.
Pwede naman po. Pwede naman.
Parang may nakakuha na ako
Gusto
sa palit ko pag
namin.
ako
Pero
pwede,
sila,
no?
30 minutes lang. Pero siguro pag yung mga intensive seminars na, may bayad.
Oo naman, kasi sobrang
lang
dami
may
niya
bayad.
ng tinura. Okay daw may bayad.
Okay lang na may bayad.
O, pasend daw sa Gcash 09106. Yan. O, yan. Pero by the bago niyo ako inuuto, teka lang. Speaking of nagpicture na tayo, learning. So i-plug kasi ewan ko si Enrico kanina si Ruel kanina sinasabi niya yung continuous learning. So, 'di ba sa group, total binabanggit niya si Eyo kanina. Ipa-plug ko na rin si Eyo kasi siya yung in demand ngayon. So, we have a course naka-prom kasi siya kaya yan. Huwag niyo tingnan yung mga picture ko sa baba. Yan. Yan. So, naka-early bird siya November 27 to December 5. So, ayan yung mga matututunan. Kaya sabi niya continuous learning. Yung mga hindi naturo last time ni Coach A, nandito, pati yung end-to-end sa Australia. And then, tama sabi ni Enrico, pwedeng yung naaaral nyo ngayon, kahit certificate siya, sabihin nyo yung mga natutunan, yung lengguwahe nung tinuro sa inyo sa course, para nakaka-relate sila. Yung BAS, GST. Pag sinabi mo yan sa Australian client, mapapawaw na sila eh. Kasi naiintindihan mo yung lengguwahe nila. So, kaya ako to pina-plug kasi naka-promo. Once bumalik na siya guys, walang mag-PPM sa akin na Miss Yan, baka pwede naman. So, it's, we make sure hindi siya, sabi ko nga, hindi siya cheap, hindi rin siya expensive. Pero, again, more on value. And then si Coach Jay, kilala niyo naman si Coach Jay sa Zero, siya yung ating master doon. So, ayan. Tapos yung mga elite, meron kayong special promo alam ko. So, ipopost na lang namin sa mga dati rin yung student para aware kayo. Sa mga nanonood, this is our last course sa December. Wala na kami ilalabas. Ito lang, next year na ulit sa mga nagtatanong sa IDQB. Wala. Elite next year din. So, tapos this December, puro free webinar lang kami. Ayan. So, take the, scan lang yung code sa mga nagtatanong. Yan. Alright. What else? At isa pa guys, napag-usapan na rin naman ng LinkedIn. Ine-invite ko kayo bukas, kung sakali, na umattend ng awarding ceremony ng Top 100 on LinkedIn. Bibigay ko yung link kasi nominated po si Miss Yan. Hindi ko pa rin po alam kung makakasama ako sa Top 100. Pero the fact na na-nominate ako is malaking karangalan na for me. Salamat sa mga nag-nominate kasi nakilala lalo yung accounting people. So kasama ako sa top na-nominate ng 100. Pero bukas pa yung awarding. So hindi ko rin po alam. Pero malaking bagay sa akin. So, andyan yung ibang mga members. So, bigay ko yung link. 6 p.m. yon. So, surprise din kasi bukas yung announcement. Wala nakakaalam ko sino ang nasa top 100. Alright? So, ayan. Thank you sa nag-nominate sa community. And I'm running for 20,000 connections already. So, congratulations sa lahat ng connections ko. Alright? Ano pa? Sino pa pwedeng mag-share? Ayaw niyo pa magbitaw-bitaw. Thank you, Juan Enrico and Ruel.
Tanong lang kayo guys, hanggang 9.
Baka may questions kayo.
Pagdating sa content pala, pag-generate ng content, there are 2 ways kasi to generate content. Number 1, curated content. Number 2, original. Ngayon yung curated, you could get content sa mga competitors nyo. Original, kung may thoughts kayo na kayo mismo nag-generate, pwede yun. Pero the easiest way to do it is do curated content. Search out nyo yung gumagawa ng content about bookkeeping. Then, basically, try to copy and create an original style from that.
By the way, may social media si Enrico, follow niyo sa IG. And then meron ba kayong course na gustong i-promote din sa kanila and i-follow kayo sa community kung meron? Para meron kayong group na follow na.
Meron akong gagawing course yung tawag strategic freelancing. Pero other than that, is meron kaming agency creation and of course outsourcing. You could follow me muna. Next time isasabihin ko, pero ngayon gusto ko lang magbigay ng free value. Follow me lang on IG din.
Enrico, nandun ka ba bukas? Magkikita ba tayo, Enrico, bukas? Kasama mo ba?
Kasama po si Ruel.
Bukas?
Kasama
Sige, magkikita kami bukas.
Anong oras ba yun?
Diba?
Ano
1
oras?
PM.
1 PM?
Nag-close ako.
Saan?
Nag-aaral pa ako, guys.
Nag-aaral pa siya. O, diba? O, sige, si Enrico na. Pero baka sunod ka, nandun lang kami.
Okay.
Hanggang mga 6 pa yan. Hanggang gabi pa yan. 1 to 5, ganyan. Thank you again. Thank you so much. Guys, sana napahappy namin kayo. May nakuha kayong value. Happy ba? Pa-comment naman ng happy sa chat box. And then sana again, for always attending free webinar kasi isa sa to sa pinaka magpapa-stay sa inyo sa industry, yung community na naiintindihan kayo at yung support system na meron kayo. Stay solid, stay happy, stay focused. And stay stupid, sabi niya nga eh. Gusto ko yun, stay stupid. Right, di ba? Stupid in a good way tayo. Ma-post yan mamaya.
Para mas marami. Kasi minsan we get too high of ourselves eh, na dami ko nang alam.
Yes.
Dapat isipin nyo na bobo pa ako para mag-aral pa.
Ayan. So may binigay din akong feedback form kasi we want to know din kung ano pa yung gusto nyong matutunan. Nilagay ko dyan, ayan, meron siyang nabanggit na agency, parang sa form, tinignan ko din kung ano yung gusto nyong malaman. May tanong doon kung CFO ba gusto nyong tahaking landas. I-flash ko, baka matamaan din yung lahat, sabi niya, baka makatulong sa pag-launch nyo. Kasi gusto namin malaman paano pa yung ginagol nyo in 5 years from now. So, naisip ko dito, how to become CFO, how to become a leader, ito, maganda to. Yan, referrals and networking, marketing of your business development.
Ang pinaka main challenge ko sa kanila, ma'am, 5 years from now, dapat din na kayo freelancer.
Business owner na sila.
Oo.
Sider.
Dapat may Airbnb na din kayo kagaya nila. Dapat halimaw na din kayo sa closing client. Ayan. So, paki-fill up para magawa natin ng free webinar yung mga yan.
Yes. Stepping stone lang ang freelancing talaga.
Pwede ba kami mag-plug dito ng idea?
Yes.
Okay, sige. Ganito, we have mayroon kasi kaming 16 units ng Airbnb na hawak right now. So, we currently iniisip namin kung mag-expand kami. So, pag nag-expand kami, if you guys
no?
hindi parapol. Hindi, yung gustong let's say instead of sino yung comment nyo sa baba. Diyan, sino yung nag-a-eye dito na bumili ng condo o mag-start ng Airbnb pero hindi alam? Walang nag-comment.
Ay, hindi alam yung condo. Pakitanong kay AI.
Properties, o mga properties na lang.
Nila.
So instead of tawag dito, instead of buying condos, we have a system na ginawa na para kami na mag-handle lahat. Tapos ang gagawin niyo na lang is magpo-profit na lang kayo and then magpo-focus na lang kayo diyan instead of focusing on other side ng negosyo. Nagpo-focus na lang kayo kumita. Tapos kami na yung mag-work, kami na yung magma-market, kami nagagawa lahat. Tapos kayo
para ba siyang property manager?
Parang ganun. Yeah, parang ganun. Oo, parang ganun. So, yun yung isang idea namin na mostly ng Airbnb kasi ang problema diyan kahit yung may mga kilala ko may Airbnb, mostly of their problems is paano nila kukunin yung pera after. Let's say nag-fully book, we have friend, nag-fully book sila sa unit nila. Makukuha niya yung pera niya after 2 weeks pa. So kami, we have the system itself na instead of waiting 2 weeks, kaya mo kunin agad yung pera mo ngayon. Kasi yun yung nakita namin problema.
Mabilis ang replenishment ng payment.
So instead of fully book ka ng isang buwan, si Airbnb kasi after 2 weeks pa niya bibigay yung pera mo, madedelay ka sa payment, madedelay ka sa pagbayad ng mga kuryente, tubig. May mga ganong senaryo. So for us, isa sa susolusyonan na namin yun. So ngayon, we aim na mag-expand. Pero ano na lang siguro ganito, hindi namin mabibigay yung form dito or what. Sasabihin na lang namin kay Coach Yan para at least kung sino yung interesado from this, i-refer namin kay Coach Yan lahat.
Yan.
Na,
Then
let's say,
kung malapit kayo sa area, magkita na lang para ma-discuss yung further details.
Oo, pwedeng ganun. Or parang ganito, sige, to be exact words is like, you aim the investors. Na at least, instead of buying the property, ikaw magbibid lahat na niya, tapos tsaka mo ipapalis, kami na bahala doon. Kami na magmamanage, kami na mag-handle lahat, and then ikaw, upo ka na lang, mag-profit ka na, so on so forth.
Ayan. Nasa
okay.
ano ka na lang. Nasa sagada ka na lang, sumisigaw ka doon ng ano. Yan. Tapos
Ayan,
kumikita ka na. Ayan.
So,
So,
marami
siguro
pa.
more details, more webinar kung paano siya nag-work. Siguro separate natin kasi medyo
Sige
mas
po,
maraming
wala
details
problema.
yan.
Tapos, ano na lang, Coach,
Another free webinar yan, tama.
if may gusto ko na rin meron kasi, alayo kasi nung sa amin more on sa ano kasi kami social media marketing yung industry eh. Pero kaya ko naman magturo ng mga sales and closing and negotiation stuff, pati outreaching clients. Kung maraming
Yes,
interested, message ka na lang nila. Tapos kung nakakabuo ng isang batch, di why not?
Yes, sige.
Mm.
Oo, kasi kailangan din talaga nila matutong i-market yung sarili nila. Hindi yung hirap sila kasi may mga introvert.
Yeah.
So, kailangan nila ng tulong when it comes to that. Tama ba? Introvert, labas. Introvert din kasi ako kaya nakaka-relate.
Ito, proof to, dati kong estudyante, kasama namin yan dito.
Opo.
Introvert din dati.
Introvert din. Introvert. Yung ambivert. Yan. Parang walang maniwalang introvert ako, di ba?
Nade-develop naman po kasi.
Na-develop yan. Maraming
Yes,
failures nga lang.
Siya yung pinakaunang estudyante ko nagka-resulta before.
Wow. Ayan, may mga resulta rin tayo, like Laika at saka si Miss Delmar. Yung sinasabi ko kaninang gusto mag-share yan, si Laika may panibago siyang client. Saka si Miss Delmar, pwede bang pa-unmute ko ano yung wins mo? Hindi siya client, pero more on, sige nga, gusto ko yung minessage mo sa akin.
Enroll na rin sa course nila, Enrico.
Ha?
Oo. Miss Delmar, ano nga yung sabi mo sa akin sa love letter?
Hello po.
Teka lang, unmute na. Bigyan ng karapatan yan, guys.
Okay.
Asa na? Admin, pabigyan siya ng mic. Para magbigyan lang natin ng ano yung mga wala pang clients. Hindi siya client, pero more on, yan. Stelmar, go ahead.
Ayan, kasi nga introvert din po ako, kaya hindi ako nagsishare. Sorry po. Yeah, actually, nung nag-pandemic and then nag-retire po ako, nag-start akong mag-watch ng mga sa YouTube, ganyan, and then magbasa ng mga books kasi ba pandemic siya. And then, namimiss ko mag-work after na nag-retire ako. So, naghahanap ako ng way kung paano ako makapag-work. Eh, syempre, retired na ako, hindi na pwedeng lumabas. Nag-start akong mag-watch nung sa, what do you call that one? Mga accounting software. Hanggang sa, yun nga, matagpuan ko yung sa ating, ang tawag natin doon? Ayan. Yun sa QuickBooks. Yan. So, nag-start akong mag-watch ng QuickBooks online nung pandemic. Pero syempre, wala talaga akong kaalam-alam sa technology. And then, natagpuan ko nga itong sa Accounting Peoples ni Miss Yan Yan, and na-encourage talaga ako na magpatuloy. So, ang dami, di ba? Ang dami. So, wala talaga akong alam. Yung assignment natin na na Canva, ano pa ba yun? Canva, yung sa Loom, yung basta lahat ng assignment natin. Yung mga yon, ang hirap na hirap talaga ako. Hirap na hirap ako sa Canva. Hirap na hirap ako sa sa Loom, gumawa sa LinkedIn, gumawa ng vision board, 'di ba, sa Canva. So, sabi ko ano kayang gagawin ko para hindi ako mag-i-improve nito. Pero ngayon nagawa ko na yung resume ko sa Canva, nagawa ko na yung sa ang hindi ko na lang magawa dun sa tatlo, nakagawa na rin ako ng vision board ko. Yung sa Loom hindi ko talaga magawa kasi hindi ako marunong magsalita. And then, syempre, personality-wise, di ba? Pero, naisip-isip ko yung sinasabi ni Miss Yan Yan parate na kailangan i-improve mo yung sarili mo. So, sabi ko, ano kayong gagawin ko? Total, naumpisahan ko na yun sa, sa QuickBooks. Nag-try ako last week. Sabi ko, dahil sa dami na nang napanood ko sa QuickBooks Online, nag-try ako mag-exam. So, last week yon. So, di ba 3 times lang hindi ka na pwedeng umulit. So, last week, lahat ng 4 na yon, isa-isa-isa, lahat ng 4 na section na yon. Tapos, nag-watch ulit ako, inaral ko ulit. Kasi nga, every time na nag-watch ako kay Miss Yan Yan, nai-inspire talaga ako. So, kahapon, lahat yun naipasa ko, yung 4 na yun. Tuwan-tuwa talaga ako, wala akong mapagsidlan ng aking tuwa. Kaya nag-message ako kay Miss Yan Yan, na sabi ko nga, thank you for the inspiration. Kasi kung wala siya, hindi talaga ako mapupush. So, kung makikita mo, Miss Yan, every time na magkakaroon tayo ng webinar, nauuna talaga ako.
Naka-early bird promo siya, nasa gate.
Kasi, tinitingnan ko talaga na hindi ko mapalampas yun. Parang ngayon, di ba? Kung hindi ako nakinig ngayon, din dami nating natutunan, di ba? So, makita ko lang yung mukha ni Miss Yan Yan, inspired na talaga ako.
Talaga lang ba? Salamat po. So, kaya
kasi di ba, ang daming mga inspiration kang naibibigay, lalo na sa akin. Isipin mo, 63 years old na ako, ano ba pang pwede kong gawin, di ba? Retired na ako, di ba? Ang hirap ng mga bagong yung mga technology ngayon sa yan na lang, sa zero. Actually, zero gusto ko rin pag-aralan yun. Hindi ko kasi alam dati yun. Ang una kong nakita is yung sa QuickBooks. Pero mas gusto ko sigurong pag-aralan yun. So, tsaka yung Miss Yan talaga, problema ko din yung Bitly. Pinag-aaralan ko siya ngayon. Yeah, oo. So, yun yung pinag-aaralan ko para ma-submit ko yung iba. But then yung Loom talaga, hirap talaga ako hanggang ngayon. So yun, thank you talaga.
Thank you so much. Kaya ko siya pinashare kasi pwede na tayo manghinang kopya kay Miss Delmar ng QBO. So, nakapasa siya sa nahihirapan, pwede tayong magsabay-sabay, mag-review together. Kung sino pwede. Mas maganda yon, tapos makapasa kayo sa QBO. Gusto nyo yon? Siya kasi yung solusyon dun sa dami nagtatanong, Miss Yan, kasi sa zero may reviewer na tayo. So, this time, si Miss Delmar, pwede natin siyang ma-refresh pa na makapasa doon. So once again, sana maging inspirasyon sa inyo si Miss Delmar together with Nanay Lumbing. May 73 tayo. I'm 43 years old. Sino ang 53 years old dyan? So kompleto na tayo. May 43. O 53 nawawala, 63 tsaka 73. Bingo na kami. So age doesn't matter. So tama, adaptability quotient. Bukod sa IQ and EQ, kailangan natin may AQ. Tama? Yun sila. So sana maging inspirasyon sila sa inyo, yung mga ayaw ma-bird sa buhay, gusto pang matuto. So sana tayong mas medyo nakakabata-bata. The more na mas effort tayo pa. Tama? Hiyang-hiya naman ako sa 63 years old. Naglo-Loom, nagkulala Canva. Yun lang, gusto ko lang ipa-realize yun. O may 52 plus 1 na si Sir Rat. Kompleto na kami. Ayan. Again, thank you so much. Napaka-fruitful ng ating gabi. Yun lang, sana masaya kayo as always, and thank you so much. Enrico, thank you again, and Ruel, see you soon, guys.
Baka pa-enrollin ko po yung magpa-enroll din ako sa course niyo.
Oo.
Sa AU po. Sige po.
Try ko lang.
Aral.
Mas mo na yung na-figure out ko din.
Yung wife ni Enrico nagkumuha ng course sa zero, di ba? Yung wife mo, Enrico. Nag-aaral na din siya ng bookkeeping. Nag-enroll siya.
Nag-enroll siya pero hindi pa ano. Pero gusto rin niya aralin yung AU.
Ayan. Tapos magkakaroon pala kami ng isang gabi na lahat ng nag-enroll kay Coach Jay, na isang gabi mag-session kami for the review. Announce ko na din para sa mga student. Alright? Thank you so much. Ruel, picture tayong tatlong. Ganda natin sa screen. Tsaka si ano. Hi, sama ka po. Yan, yung student ni ano, ni Ruel. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, guys, pa-post sa social media yung mga takeaways nyo tonight, and then pakilagay yung stupid na words para alam natin naka-attend kayo. Ha? Okay? Gusto ko yun. Keep it simple and stupid. Lalagay ko sa post natin. Okay? Mga stupid person, tara. Alright, thank you so much, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye!
Bye. Thank you.